When God first opened my eyes to unreached people groups and missions, my first reaction is that we get on a plane and go overseas. I never realized that God has literally sent closed countries right in our doorstep here in New York City. We're sitting right now in the heart of Queens. There's 180 different ethnic groups right here just in this city. And so the need is unbelievable.
With that many first-generation internationals living here, God is bringing the nations to New York City. And if you can win people to Christ in New York City, and they can take it back to their home countries, you can impact the world. There's so much power within the walls of the church where the Spirit is moving and people are experiencing God in magnificent ways. But what if we could take that power that's inside the church and let it spill outside of the walls onto the streets and flooding the neighborhoods of our cities? And that's what Seed Week really does for you. Seed Week teaches you how to take what is going on inside of a believer at a church and then actually helping spread that great news throughout the neighborhood.
Seed Weeks is so important, not just for the Christians that come up to New York City, but also as a team. It's really a blessing for us. A group of 20 or 30 people can go into the harvest and have hundreds of conversations within 4 or 5 days.
I think that's the hardest thing about evangelism is actually initiating a spiritual conversation. So if people can feel comfortable initiating a spiritual conversation, they can naturally share the gospel of Jesus Christ. And you learn how to do that, and you get a chance to practice that in New York City.
I think at first it was pretty intimidating just because you meet a lot of people who don't speak English or just have a really different worldview. So understanding how to face that. The impact it's had on me is that I've come to understand how just simple and reproducible the gospel is and how easily it can transcend any culture, any worldview.
We have a saying here in International Project that we just want to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. No matter if your evangelism muscle is a 0 or an 8, you can still come up here and we're going to give you tools that are just going to help you grow in that area of being uncomfortable. And so you can know that you'll be confident and capable when you leave here to go back into your communities to share the gospel.
To come here is out of my comfort zone. The scripture tells us that we need to share Christ and not to be ashamed of sharing Christ. And it's a bold move.
What I love about Seed Weeks is you learn the skills, you practice the skills, and when you return back to your home families and your home churches and your home neighborhoods, you are now able to have a new skill to be able to share the love of Christ with the people you care about.
Through just the training that we've gotten this week and the experience, it's prepared me and equipped me to go back home and use it.
Seed Weeks can be a powerful time for your growth and walk with the Lord. I know I've experienced as I've moved in obedience, as we move in obedience, God just really pulls at the strings of our hearts. And so excited to see you come up and experience missions in New York City, but also for your growth and walk with the Lord.